All right, here we go. We're going to talk about surface area and volume of prisms and cylinders more specifically. So on this one, what we're going to try to do is find the lateral area, the total surface area, and the volume of the cylinders. Prisms and cylinders, sorry. And I'll talk about what each one of those are in a minute. But first, let's also make sure that you can recognize the different types of 3D figures. So you're going to see this at the beginning of your thing, and I want you to make sure you finish this whole section. But it's basically asking like it tells you like what is a prism, a pyramid, cylinder, cone, and sphere. Those are going to be our major 3D shapes that we're going to be looking at. A prism is a solid with two bases that are congruent and parallel. So keep in mind that if, like in this case, like what you're seeing here, this is a triangular prism. Okay, we're used to seeing like say rectangular prisms, which are boxes and things like that, but you can also have like a triangular prism, a hexagonal prism, a pentagonal prism, anything. Depends on what the two sides the parallel bases are. So kind of make sure on that. A pyramid, you see this type of pyramid, but you can also have rectangular pyramid, hexagonal pyramid. Depends on the base. The base at the bottom would tell you what that is. Okay, now I do want to also point out that on a prism, it doesn't necessarily have to be the bases are on the bottom and the top. The bases can be on the side. Like if I did something like this and had a hexagonal prism like that, triangular prism. That's still a triangular prism. The bases are here on the sides. So kind of keep that in mind. Anyways, so how can I classify these? Well, if you look at this and they want you to highlight the base. So there's the base. Okay, what is that base? The base is a rectangle. Okay? And it's a pyramid. So because you can see it comes up to the sides. Pyramid. So this is a rectangular pyramid. Okay? So now, if it's a cone or a cylinder, it's just a cone or a cylinder. There is no, because those are specific for. That's almost like saying a cone is like a circular pyramid, without just saying that. So number 2 here, this is a cone with a base. Okay, here, okay, again, and notice that the sides, when you go around like this, go around like that, those sides are rectangles, large rectangles. That's kind of important for prisms. Okay, so here are the base. That base is a triangular. Now you also got to recognize what kind of shape is this. This is a prism, pyramid, whatever. First off, it's a prism. And since the bases are triangles, then we would say it's a triangular prism. Okay, so prisms and pyramids. Ugh, that was horrible. Let's try that again. Prisms and pyramids can have an extra name based on the base. Okay, based on the base. It's all about the base. No, I'm not going to do that. Anyways, all right, let's move on. I would like you to do the rest of that page when you start showing me the work. Make sure you do the rest of that page and kind of go from there. Alright, so we're going to look at rectangular prisms or cubes. I'm going to start off though with adding something here. So add here above this, let's say, I'll put it here, LA. Lateral area is, now I know in this one they're not talking about lateral area, but in this case the 2LH plus 2WH, these first two, or these last two, I'm sorry, that represents the lateral area. That represents this area that goes around the sides like that, okay? So, I do want y'all to find lateral area and surface area. You kind of have to do a little bit of both. So, it's not too hard, but let's look at this and I'll show you. Go ahead and see if you can set up, say, 1 and maybe even 2, and we'll go with that. Now, notice here what this person has done as they made the drawings, where you see the face that's got the right angles. that would be the base. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to say like here, length. Thought I had this written like this. Length, width, height. Okay. So if I use that idea, then the lateral area would be 2 times the length and the height. So the length is going to be 7 and 9 plus 2 times the width, 13, and the height, 9. And that will give me the lateral area. Surface area is going to be able to take all of that, but add in 2 times the length times the width. So 2 times 7 times 13 plus all that other stuff. Oops, almost forgot the plus here. 2, 13, and 9. Okay, and you could easily type that into your calculator. Okay, so for what I get on the first one, I get this is 360 square feet. And this is 542 square feet. Now, again, keep in mind that lateral surface area like goes around the edges, while the surface area, total surface area, is like the whole thing. It's like the whole box. But like, let's say there was some type of label that went around, that would be the lateral surface area. Okay, let me do one more. Okay, so here the base is this, like this little area right in here, like that. So if that's the case, then I can say here that like this is the length, the width, and the height is the distance between the bottom and the top, like this right here. Okay, so that right there would be the height. And for something like rectangular prisms, I'll probably label that for y'all just to make sure y'all can tell. But anyways, again, lateral area would have been 2 times the 5 times 10 plus 2 times the 16 times 10. And then the surface area is just 2 times the, add the 2 times the 5 times the 16, and then the lateral area. So like, in all honesty, if you take this okay, hold up. Well, let me do this one last little bit here. 16 and 10. If you take like this answer and then add this part, you'll get the last answer. Okay, so you can kind of do it that way. Actually, that's what I'm doing on my calculator. Okay, so that's that. You can go ahead and do number 3 yourself and kind of go from there. Let's move on to the next part here. Okay, now notice all other prisms, triangular, hexagonal, trapezoidal, whatever, we can say that the lateral area is just the height times the perimeter, and the surface area is the height times the perimeter plus the area of the base twice. Okay, B is the area of the base. So, like here, and you need to find those type of things. Now, keep in mind, when they say height, like this H, they're talking about height of the prism. So in this case, here's the height of the prism. Now, if you look at this, you have a triangle. That is also got a base and a height too. So don't get those confused, but make sure you can get the perimeter. The perimeter would be the 9 plus the 12 plus the 15, because those are not associated with the height of the prism. So they're associated with the triangle. So if you say 9 plus 12 plus 15, you get 36. Then from there, you could say, all right, what's the area of the base? What's the area of this, or this, however you want to think it? And that would be 1/2, because it's a triangle, half of little base times little height. And all honesty, most of the times they use this one as big H, and that is little h, but we'll talk about that later. Anyways, well, hopefully we'll get to talk about it. I don't know, we never get to talk anymore. No, that's okay. Anyways, 9 times 12 times, that would be 54. So you got to find the area of the triangle and then go from there. So the lateral area would be the height times the perimeter. So 16 times the 36. And the surface area would be that lateral area plus 2 times the base area. Okay, so something like that. So if you do that, you would get an answer of, oh, I just lost it. What did I write? 576. Here, meters squared or square meters. And here you would get 684 square meters. Okay? So kind of pay attention on those. And here's an example I want to show you. I'm not going to actually do it, but I do want y'all to see these two, number 5 and number 6. Notice that these two, if you follow this triangle right here, that's your base. Or this trapezoid here, that's your base. So your base does not have to be on the bottom. In this case, your base is on the sides. And so you still need to be able to find those different types of answers. Okay, so kind of go with that. Now, realize that the distance between those bases is considered the height. So in this case, your height for this prism is 3, and for this prism is 15. Okay, all the other numbers will help you find the perimeter or the area of the base. But that height will be there to go, like say, in this little number, like here. Okay, so let's look at this one. Let's look at number 5 and let's look at number 6 and try to get through these kind of quickly because I want to make sure I can get to volume. Anyways, I may not be able to. We may have to save that one for another minute. Anyways, so here, your perimeter is going to be let's see here, 5 plus 10 plus 12, which is 27. Okay, the area of your base. Notice how I'm trying to find those first before I even worry about doing anything else. Area of the base is going to be that half times 4.1, which is the height of the triangle, times 12, which is the length of the base of the triangle. Okay, so when you do that, you should get 24.6. And then your lateral area is going to be the perimeter times the height, or the height times the perimeter, so 3 times 27. And your surface area is going to be that plus 2 times the 24.6. Okay, so I'll tell you what. So there are the answers here. Now, I gave you the height for the number 6, the perimeter and the base. See if you can do number 6 by yourself. So to get full credit, you got to show me that. And number 7 and number 8. Okay, see if y'all need any help, again, feel free to call, not call, but feel free to send me a message through reminder or whatever. All right, let's look at cylinders. Cylinders are pretty easy. I'm only going to do, like, say, the first one, and then kind of go from there. Applications, we'll see, because I'm trying to make sure I get through as much as I can. Okay, so, again, and think of it like this. Like, if you look at, like, a soup can, like, cylinders is really easy. The lateral area is the label around the soup can. The surface area is the can itself. And then the volume would be the soup that's inside, if you were thinking it was a soup can. Anyways, so let's look at this. Lateral area here. So this is the height of the prism. And then here's the radius, obviously. So if I say 2 times pi times 11 times the 26, I get the lateral area. And then for the surface area, it's going to be that lateral area, 2 times that 26, plus 2 times pi r squared. Okay, I kind of reversed the formula just a little bit, but that's okay. Pi times 11 squared. And again, you can type all those into your calculator. Fairly easy. I probably should have given myself more space, but let me fix that in a second. Okay, so if you did this one, and I'm going to put it like this. If you did 2 times 11 times 26, you would get 572 pi, And then you could find that answer out. What's 572 pi on the calculator? Now the reason why I say it like that is because you can be asked to put answers in terms of pi. If you're asked to put answers in terms of pi, this is your answer. If not, they say round off to the nearest thousandth, hundredth, whatever, you could get 1,796.99, and that would work also. Okay, score square yards, go from there. So on this one, like you would get 814 pi. Notice all I did there was 2 times 11 times 26 plus 2 times 11 squared. Notice I'm leaving out the pi to get the end to that pi, or I could have gotten, say, the actual numerical answer of 2,557.26. Just pay attention to what I am asking for. Am I asking for it in terms of pi, or am I asking for a numerical answer? And now you should be able to do number 10 by yourself. And let's see if you can do 11 and 12 also. Okay, volume is real easy. All you got to do is just multiply all three numbers for a rectangular prism or cube. So here, all I got to do is say like 9 times 17 times 24. You don't necessarily have to identify the length, the width, and the height, but you can. More than likely, what I would do on a test is I would have you do like one prism and give me the lateral area, the surface area, and then the volume. So basically one drawing, give me three different answers. You're getting the first one, you're getting the second one, you should hopefully get the third one, so on and so forth. So on this one, if you multiply all those, you should get 3,672 cubic centimeters, or centimeters cubed. Notice this one will be cubed. So make sure your answer is to the third power, not squared. Okay, y'all can do 2 and 3 on your own. Go from there. All right, so what about something like this? Okay, so keep in mind you've got extra information here than you needed. But first off, let's identify like the height of the prism. There's the height of the prism. That's the distance between this triangle and this triangle. Okay, now, so that means all these other numbers are associated to the triangle. So here is the height of the triangle. So what's the base? It's the one that touches it, which would be this 12. So area of the base, because I always want you to get that part first. Area of the base is 1/2 the 12 times 7.3. Okay, and then from there, which should get you 43.8. From there, you can do volume is equal to that 43.8 times 5, which should get you 219 cubic feet, or feet cubed. All right, so that's how you would do something like that. Again, find the base shape, find the other one, and see what are the two things connecting it. That is the height of the prism. That's the first thing I look for. Then I look, okay, here's the base shape. What was the height of that base shape? Or how do I find that area? It's a triangle, so I need a base and height. There's the base and the height of the triangle. And you could go through the similar things like what I did here. See if you can actually get that answer. All right, let's look at number 6. If you look at number 6, you've got a trapezoid. Okay, so I'll draw or connect that. Okay, what is the distance connecting the two trapezoids? Well, it's the 25. This to this, because here's the other trapezoid right here. Okay, so 25 represents the height of the prism. Okay, height in this case is actually just the distance between one base to the other. Okay, so on this one, I would have said area of the base is 1/2. Let's see here. The height, which is 17.9, times the sum of the two bases, which is 36 and 14. See, this is where it gets a little bit harder to understand, because I'm talking about bases, but I'm talking about bases from the base shape. And then you've got a height. You can have different heights. So kind of make sure you're keeping that all together. Now let's see if you can use all that to help you find the answer for number 6. and let's move on. All right, cylinders. We're going to do cylinders here. We're going to do volume is equal to pi r squared h. So again, all I got to do here is pi times 18 squared times the height, which is 15, and then that's it. So again, if you type that in, first off, 18 squared times 15 should get you 4,860 pi. That would be in terms of pi. But if I ask for a numerical answer, then that would give me like 15,268.14. No, what happened there? No. Oh, 0.14. I have no clue how I did that. Cubic inches. Okay, so you kind of get the idea here. If you have more questions on this, I could always make another video or answer them through Remind or Google Classroom. I don't mind. So work on this and then give me, let me know what you think. What I would like you to do is try to finish out the problems of what I did on each page that I did. Okay, so basically I want to make sure you finish out this page. I'll come back here. This page completely. Okay, this page completely. This page completely. I practically did it. This page completely. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about those applications. Yeah. This page completely, which was that one, and this page completely. Okay, so I know there are other pages that have like extra problems, and you can start doing those. But right now, for this assignment, go ahead and finish this out. Okay, if you want to do those other problems, because I may ask for them later, that's great. I may even put them on the test. You never know. Ooh, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Anyways, so think about it. Okay, y'all have a good day. If y'all have any questions, feel free to send them to me. Again, be safe and y'all take care. Okay, thank you so much. Take care.